What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Today we are watching the Shawshank Redemption. Now, don't know shit about the movie. I know that Morgan Freeman is in it. I think Leonardo DiCaprio's in it, but I don't know about that one. That one I'm not 100% certain on, but I think he's also in it. Morgan Freeman's the only one I'm certain on. Besides that, nothing. I just know it's a classic. A lot of people love this movie. It's got a great reputation, but I don't know the story. I don't know the characters. I don't know who else is in it. I don't even know when it came out. I just know the name Shawshank Redemption. So I'm excited to watch it. I have no expectations because I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. So there's that. But I'm hyped because, I mean, Morgan Freeman's a great actor. And if Leonardo DiCaprio's in it, he's also a great actor and one of my favorites along with Morgan Freeman. So that can't be bad, you know? I literally have nothing else to say about it because I don't know anything else about it. So I'd like to just get right into it and watch it. In case you don't know, I do have a Patreon with full-length reactions and early access, so if that interests you, link in the description. But without further ado, let's watch this movie. Oh no. Well, that can't be good. That's even worse. Okay, is he going to kill someone else, or is he going to kill himself?
Confrontation you had with your wife the night that she was murdered.
Oh, this guy murdered his wife? What the fuck?
It was very bitter. She said she was glad I knew, that she hated all the sneaking around.
She cheated on him.
She said
So you killed her?
wanted a divorce in Reno.
A little bit of an overreaction.
Now, while you think about that, think about
I also just realized this guy is fucking Dale from The Walking Dead.
I hereby order you to serve 2 life sentences back to back.
That's tough.
One.
Is this a murder mystery? Did he really kill them? Was someone trying to set him up? If so, why? Or did his wife and confidant have enemies? They all clap and cheer when new prisoners come in. That's funny. Although I really like the music in the background right now. Super sad and ominous, but well orchestrated. It's a nice ass prison though, I'm not gonna lie. From the outside at least. Like, it looks like a gray, sadder version of Hogwarts.
Rule number 1, no blasphemy. I'll not have the Lord's name taken in vain in my prison. The other rules?
What?
Figure out as you go along.
It's a prison? Who gives a fuck?
You shit when we say you shit, and you piss when we say you piss. You got that, you maggot dick motherfucker?
Jesus.
I believe in 2 things.
Jeez.
Discipline
That was unnecessary.
and Shawshank.
Bro, this guy's got the biggest power complex I've ever seen. On top of that, thrusts his religion down their throats. Holier than thou.
That's when you know it's for real. Old life blown away in the blink of an eye. Nothing left but all the time in the world to think about it.
Damn, man.
Most new fish come close to madness.
It's showing prison in a very real light. I like it, but, you know, sad. Jesus. That's insane. Bro's just crying his eyes out because he's sad to be in prison and they beat the shit out of him? What the fuck, dude? Man, when they say some of these prison guards deserve to be in the prison instead of overlooking it, they're not wrong. This guy definitely deserves to be in one of these cells. This movie is a good deterrent for me to not commit any illegal activities so I don't end up here, because this looks fucking awful. Oh, what the fuck, dude?
Do you mind?
That's so disgusting. What the fuck? That is not what I thought was about to happen.
How's that horse of mine doing anyway?
Dead? Hadley busted his head up pretty good. Doc had already gone home for the night. Poor bastard laid there till this morning. By then, hell, it wasn't nothing we could do.
What the fuck? How is that allowed? What?
What was his name?
What a bag of shit. Who would have thought out of an entire prison filled with inmates that the person I'd hate most is one of the fucking prison guards? Oh no. Oh no. No, not like this. Dufresne, time to see what you're made of. I understand it's probably 3v1, but you got this. Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, let's go, Andy. Okay, maybe not.
Every so often, Andy would show up with fresh bruises. The sisters kept at him. Sometimes he was able to fight him off, sometimes not. That's how it went for Andy. That was his routine.
Jesus, man.
I do believe those.
You wanted me to feel bad for a guy, you're succeeding.
Maybe enough to buy a new car, and then what? I gotta pay tax on the car. Repair, maintenance, goddamn kid of the year.
Well, he was a banker, though. He might know his way around the tax brackets.
You trust her. There's no reason you can't keep that 35,000. What did you say?
35,000.
35,000.
All of it.
All of it?
Every penny.
I think a man working outdoors feels more like a man if you can have a bottle of suds. It's only my opinion. Sir.
Their faces. I mean, it's surprised that's the price that he went for, but respect, you know? Giving back to your friends after they've given you quite a bit. I respect it.
Chess. And there's a game of kings.
What?
Civilized, strategic.
And a total fucking mystery. I hate it.
Well, maybe let me teach you someday.
I like Red. Seems like a wise man, you know? Or at least he has a lot of experience under his belt, which gives him better insight into all the experiences everyone goes through.
Yeah, I'm known to locate certain things from time to time. What do you want?
Rita Hayworth.
What?
Can you get her?
He wants a person? What? Does he have some, like, master diabolical plan that he is about to hash out by the end of this? Because that's kind of what it seems like. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. Not again.
My husband tells me you're a great believer.
Yeah! Solid hits. Not solid enough.
When you swallow mine, you're gonna swallow Rooster's. You done broke his nose. I think you ought to have something to show for it.
Anything you put in my mouth, you're gonna lose.
You can understand.
What the fuck, man?
You should know that sudden serious brain injury causes the victim to bite down hard. They have to pry the victim's jaws open with a crowbar.
Now that could be a lie, but this guy doesn't fucking know that. I hope Boggs dies by the end of this. That'd be nice. Is he gonna get a beat down? I might be happy with this. I might be very happy with this. Yeah. How's your own medicine taste? Like dick, I hope.
Two things
I am
never
okay with
happened
this.
again after that.
I'm very okay with this.
The sisters never laid a finger on Andy again. And Boggs never walked again.
Nice. Nice. That is comeuppance if I've ever seen it.
What the hell is it then?
A horse apple.
Bullshit. Oh, horseshit.
Ew. Ew. That's nasty. Why'd he sniff it? Why'd he sniff it? Aw, that's fucking sweet. That's adorable. Although I imagine he's using the poster to hide something on the walls, I just don't know what. He was carving names on it. I think one said Benny or Jenny or some other shit. And then he was carving in the name Andy, I think, too.
23.
And he's reading the Bible while he walks by. Also a very smart move.
I'm polishing rocks. A little hobby of mine.
Oh, he carved out a chess piece there, too. That's why he needed rocks. He was making a chessboard. That's pretty cool. Although I imagine the chess pieces are probably gonna, like, help with the plan. give signals to his friends about whatever the plan happens and when it happens. That's why it's also compared to chess, because whenever movies compare chess metaphors, it's always about some strategic plan that's being placed, or that the person who enjoys playing chess is very intelligent and a fantastic strategic thinker. It's never really about playing the game of chess.
That's him. That's the one.
Oh shit. Good, bad, or you need another favor?
I'm Deacons.
Okay, you need a favor. Oh, he just does everybody's taxes? It's a decent enough gig in prison, I guess.
Please, Brooks, just calm the fuck down.
What the fuck?
Brooks, look at me. Put the knife down. Brooks, look at his neck, for God's sake.
What is happening?
It's the only way they'd let me stay.
He wants to stay in the prison? Wow, does he have no life outside, I guess? He has to murder someone in the prison just so they let him stay? What the fuck?
Brooks ain't no bug. It's just institutionalized.
Like I said, he got here in 05.
The man's been in
They
here 50
assigned him
years,
there
Gil.
for 1912.
50
Yeah, he's been there for a long
This is all he
time.
knows.
I feel bad, man. This movie does such a great job at showing all the different kinds of people inside a prison, you know? And also what prison does to people.
They send you here for life. That's exactly what they take.
Not wrong, man. Not wrong at all. I mean, even listening to, you know, Red talk about it, he's been here for 20 years. At the very beginning, he's like, yeah, I'm a changed man. It's like, yeah, no shit, you're a changed man. 20 years is a long time. Anybody would be a changed man after 20 years. That must be such a weird feeling, man. Being behind bars for 50 years and finally getting to step out. Must feel so elated. And also sad, probably. Because like you said, he wanted to stay there. That was his life. What does he do now? Not only a ex-convict, but he's like 70 or 80. How's he gonna find work to keep himself afloat?
I saw an automobile once when I was a kid, but now they're everywhere.
Yeah, that too, man. 50 years!
The world went and got
Like, imagine someone going to prison in 1970 and coming out in 2020. Like, imagine that difference. Yeah, that's fair, man. That's wild.
I'm tired of being afraid all the time. I've decided not to stay.
Was he gonna kill himself?
I doubt
And by not stay, he means not stay on Earth?
crook like me.
Damn, man. That's tough. But I can't fully blame him. Yep, that was him grabbing the rope to put around his neck. Yeah. Oh. That's sad, man. Wow. This movie's a lot more emotional than I thought it would be. Like, much more thoughtful.
I doubt they'll kick up any fuss.
About, I guess, sensitive topics, depending on who you ask, but
P.S.
still.
Tell Haywood I'm sorry
I didn't
for
expect
my
it to be so thoughtful. But all the letters he's been writing?
Dear Mr.
People give him
Dufresne,
money to buy books?
In response to your repeated inquiries, the state has allocated the enclosed funds for your library project.
Nice. I can't believe it worked. Let's go. Nice. Yeah. For real.
It only took 6 years.
Damn, he wrote a letter a week for 6 years.
I believe you're crazy enough. Now you better get all this stuff out of here like Captain said.
That is dedication. That is dedication. A letter a week for 6 years. I mean, they gave him $200 for books, which is awesome, but like, still. Goddamn. Oh no. Oh no. What are you about to do? Is he just playing music for everyone? Is that it? Oddly thoughtful. Man got beer for his brothers on the roof. Playing music for everyone in the prison. He really does do some weirdly thoughtful things. Which is weird that he was still convicted of murdering his wife.
Some beautiful bird flapped into our drab little cage and made those walls dissolve away. And for the briefest of moments, every last man at Shawshank felt free.
Wow, man.
It pissed the warden off something.
Like, genuinely speaking, some very meaningful things happening in this movie, and I really love it.
I am warning you, Dufresne. Turn that off!
Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane.
I forget what movie or show or book I read it in that said hope is both our greatest strength and our greatest weakness. But it's very accurate.
Go ahead and open it.
A harmonica?
I had to go through one of your competitors. I hope you don't mind. I wanted to be a surprise.
It is. That's sweet. I imagine he'll play it by the end of the movie. Kind of reminds me of Pandora's Box, almost. Releasing hope to humanity. Or at least for Red himself. The second he opens it and starts playing it is the second he starts hoping again. Or at least that's kind of what it feels like.
And they had transformed a storage room smelling of rat turds and
wow
into the best prison library in New England. Complete with a fine selection of Hank Williams.
That's amazing, man. Can't believe it took one of their prisoners to actually turn a prison into a place for reforming people and rehabilitation, so they can't be rejected all the time. Ha! Find it so funny that it was a Bible quote in front of that.
Andy, you can't just make a person up.
Well, sure you can. You know how the system works, where the cracks are.
You're shitting me.
If they ever trace any of those accounts, they're gonna wind up chasing a figment of my imagination.
Wow. Not bad, man. Not bad at all.
You know, the funny thing is, on the outside, I was an honest man, straight as an arrow. I had to come to prison to be a crook.
Wasn't a crook before.
Ever bother you?
Only got crooked once he got to prison, not the other way around. That's kind of funny.
2 points right there. There's your goddamn score. Goddamn cats crawling up trees. 5 times 5 is 25. Fuck this place! Fuck it!
Well, that was an unnecessary outbreak. The hell was that for?
Caught his wife in bed with some golf pro. Greased them both. What?
Don't tell me this kid did it. Don't tell me this kid did it. Broke and entered into their house and killed them. No shot. No fucking shot. No shot, bro. Or he knows someone who did it.
Golf pro, but she's married to some other guy. Some hotshot banker. And he's the one they pinned it on.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's crazy. Is that guy still alive? So that they can clear his name?
This meeting is over.
Sir, if I were to ever get out, I would never mention what goes on in here. I'd be just as indictable as you for laundering that money.
Don't you ever mention money to me again, you sorry son of a bitch. Not in this office, not anywhere.
Jesus.
Get in here now.
Okay, bro.
Sir, I didn't...
Solitary, a month.
Yes, sir. Huh? What's the matter with you?
Get him out of here.
Come on, somebody say this again.
What? What? He's keeping him in there against his will just so he continues laundering his money. What a bag of shit.
It's all my fault. Oh, bullshit.
What a piece of shit, man. Wow. Bro, 19 years of innocence. If he gets to get out, yo, that settlement check is gonna be big. Oh, no. I don't know how I feel about this.
I'm asking you to keep this conversation just between us.
He's gonna make Tommy tell him that he lied so that he doesn't leave the prison. 100%. Preach Jesus, but is as crooked as they come. Was
to
he
know
actually doing
what
it?
you told Dufresne was the truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Would you be willing to swear before a judge and jury? Having placed your
yeah. Oh, he's actually on our side?
taken an oath before Almighty God himself?
Just give me that chance.
That's what I thought.
Oh, he's gonna fucking kill him. Never mind, he's not on our side. I fucking knew it, bro. God damn it. What a piece of shit. Here it comes. That has got to be some of the most backwards shit I've ever seen, man. Don't you love how much more crooked the cops and guards are, more so than the fucking convicts? Don't you love it? Power and ego go to people's heads, man.
I'm sure by now you've heard.
I cannot believe that.
Move on.
I'm done.
Thank you.
Everything stops.
Thank you. Put your foot down, man. Fuck this guy. Damn straight. This guy thinks he owns you. Show him that he does not.
You think you've been fucked by a train? In the library? Gone. Sealed off brick by brick.
What a piece of shit this guy is.
Give him another month to think about it.
Jesus, man. Like, how do you feel no guilt about that? No guilt, no remorse, nothing? I don't understand, bro. You know what makes it worse, too? They know that he's innocent now. And they still did that. Jesus.
Remember Brooks Hamlin?
No. And he'd never do that. Never.
He's trying to escape for sure, right? He has some plan to do something. I don't know if he's gonna kill himself. Although, to be fair, bro, I mean, I'd kill myself at this point. Bro spent 19 years in a prison for something he didn't do. I don't know, dude. Any man might want to kill themselves after that. He did escape.
Oh my holy
He did escape. Right? He escaped. Right? Yeah! He totally did. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Plan is in effect. Plan is in effect. Okay. Okay.
Nothing left but some damn rocks on the windowsill and that cupcake on the wall. Let's ask her. Maybe she knows. What say you there, fussy britches? Feel like talking?
Don't take the poster down. Don't take the poster down.
Why should she be any different?
He's gonna throw the rock at that poster, right? And it's gonna go straight through.
Including her.
Who saw that coming? Ay, Dios mío. I mean, are we surprised at all? Because I'm not. I mean, bro changed the poster 3 times to not have anyone suspect him, but, like, yeah. I don't know how that little rock thing carved out so well, but fucking well done. At least Red knows where he's gonna go. He'll go to Mexico.
A bar of soap and an old rock hammer, damn near worn down to the nub.
Wow. Wow.
I remember.
Although, yeah, I guess how easy it was to carve letters into it. I suppose it carves pretty well.
Geology is the study of pressure and time. That's all it takes, really. Pressure and time. That in a big goddamn
20 years. Fair enough.
And his favorite hobby was toting his wall out into the exercise yard. A handful at a time.
That's funny. My bro is smooth with it. Okay. I told you, bro. Master tactician. Man had this shit planned out. Every fucking movie, the chess metaphors, it never fails. Unless we're talking about Queen's Gambit, then it's less of a metaphor, but still. Holy shit. My man has been digging. Holy. That's crazy. Although 20 years is a long time, so fair enough. It's like, I don't know, 7,000, almost 8,000 days, so every single night. Ah, the rope was tied to his leg. Wow. Very smart. Ew.
Andy crawled to freedom through 500 yards of shit-smelling foulness I can't even imagine.
Jesus.
Or maybe I just don't.
Ew. Ew, man, that's disgusting. Bro, the fucking dedication. Again, I'm not surprised. He wrote 2 letters a week. He wrote 1 letter a week for 6 years, and then 2 letters a week. I'm not surprised. Bro is most definitely dedicated. And it gave him hours of time to get out of there, because he escaped in the night. Wow. And he already talked about making a person up out of thin air, which he can probably do for himself as well. So he's just going to change his name and everything else. And he'll live in Mexico under a different name.
And the signature was a spot-on match.
I must say, I'm sorry to be losing your business. I hope you'll enjoy living abroad.
He also just stole all the dude's money, I think, right? Right? He totally just stole all that dude's money, because he said that if you trace it all the way back, it heads up to this person. So does he have all the money now?
All told, he blew town with better than $370,000 of Warden Norton's money.
Nice. 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 Very nice. And then there's the actual documents.
Good morning, Portland Daily.
Who did he send it to? Daily Bugle! Oh shit! J. Jonah Jameson's in the building. Oh, oh! Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Absolutely! Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's a good day. It's a good day. It's beautiful. And he hid it in the Bible! Nice.
Byron Hadley, you have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent...
Him too? Let's go! Oh, it's fantastic. Oh shit. Oh shit. Is he gonna shoot everyone else or shoot himself? Probably himself, right? Oh shit.
Make it easy on yourself, Sergeant.
Yeah, make it easy on yourself. Kill yourself. There you go.
I like to think the last thing
Good.
went through his head.
Good riddance.
Andy Dufresne, who crawled through a river of shit and came out clean on the other side.
Fuck yeah, man. Well-deserved life right here for Andy.
You feel you've been rehabilitated?
Rehabilitated? Well, now let me see.
Oh, he's changing it up. He's being honest for once.
Rehabilitated? It's just a bullshit word. So you go on and stamp your form, Sonny, and stop wasting my time. Because to tell you the truth, I don't give a shit.
It's a good day. It is a good day today. God. It's a beautiful sight. Although he's been in there 40 years. It's like 1970 at this point, right? Wow, it's gonna be a different world for him, man. No way they gave him the same room that Brooks was in. Red better not meet the same ending, or I will riot. I will throw a fit.
Restroom break, boss?
You don't need to ask me every time you need to go take a piss. Just go. Understand?
That's so sad, dude. Bro really is institutionalized. Also, that's so sad and beautiful at the same time. Like something so simple as taking a piss that you and I take for granted just shows how much freedom really means, you know? This would be a romantic ending if they weren't a platonic friendship. What a beautiful way to end the movie, man. My god. Wow. That was a much more thoughtful, emotional, and sweet movie than I thought it was going to be, man. I'm going to be honest. Well, that movie was very different than what I thought it was going to be. I know I had no expectations going in, and I didn't know the story, but man, I did not expect it to be so much more thoughtful, emotional, and thought-provoking than what I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be like a Prison Break movie, and I guess technically it kind of was, but the main point of the movie really didn't feel like some exciting, intense thing. I feel like the best part of it was the friendship between Andy and Red. Without a doubt was the best part of the movie. I loved their friendship. It was so sweet. Like, the fact he spent 19 years there, you know, that's a long time to know somebody, and they became friends, what, 2 months after he started there, or like a month after he started there? So they made a lifelong friend inside prison, which is kind of insane, but there's so many fantastic points throughout this movie. Like, you know, just, I mean, I don't know, the topic of prison reform, or even the topic of prison, the prison guards, how they handle it in this movie, but it was just so much more human than I expected it to be, and I really, really liked that. You know, like, all of the prisoners are really shown in a true light, because, you know, not everybody who goes to prison is those, whatever the sisters was, the guys that just continuously kept raping Andy. You know, not everyone that goes to prison is like that, and I like how even the other prisoners look at them the same way we would look at them. They're also terrified of them, and don't like them, and don't associate with them, because they're pieces of shit, and even the other prisoners know that, you know what I mean? So, like, I like how that's a part of it, and everyone just felt so real. You know, all the different characters in this movie felt like real people inside a prison, but genuinely the best thing about it was just the friendship between Red and Andy. 110% the best thing about this movie was that friendship. The warden was a fantastic villain because he was a gigantic piece of shit. I mean, there are a bunch of different people who I guess you could call a villain of the story. But, yeah, the prison warden, or the guy in charge, and then that other officer, the one who played the general and Punisher, and the guys who kept raping him, obviously. Like, they were all different kinds of antagonists for our protagonist, but I guess it's hard to tell who the protagonist was, because Red was the one narrating. A lot of the movie spent just as much time on Red as it did on Andy, but I think the main character is still Andy, but I think Red's also kind of a main character, because a lot of the perspective of the story is through his eyes as well, not just Andy's. But, like, the story of just a guy going to prison for 19 years for something he didn't do, and then managing to escape from it as well, like, my god. You know, like, that's quite a story. And I enjoyed the movie quite a bit. It was very different from what I expected. It's a pretty slow movie. It's not necessarily fast-paced, but it's much more, not just dialogue heavy, but it's much more character-driven and less story-based, it feels like. But it was still very good. I enjoyed it a lot. It was so much more emotional than I thought it was going to be, which was a pleasant surprise. I'm not disappointed by that whatsoever. That was a very pleasant surprise. You know what's funny too as well, at the end when Red finally gets approved and is allowed out, and I think the genuine reason for that is because he was finally really honest, didn't just tell them what they wanted to hear, but was honest about what he thought. And that's probably the starting point for someone to actually be rehabilitated and be situated into society again, because if you constantly just tell them what they think you want them to hear, obviously they're not only not going to believe you, but clearly you haven't thought about your actions or cared enough to genuinely change. You're still trying to trick the system. So it was only until Andy escaped and Red finally accepted what was going on, because again, acceptance, like, if you're constantly claiming your innocence even though you know you're guilty, you're just in the stage of denial 24/7, and you're still trying to trick everybody. Whereas Red finally hit the acceptance part, and it didn't matter whether or not they thought he, you know, could be rehabilitated or blah blah blah. It didn't matter anymore, because he accepted his actions. He accepted what has happened in life. It's no longer trying to trick people because of it. He's gotten over it, per se, which is very, very hard to do, but I like how it's finally him accepting what's gone on and being truthful to himself that gave him the ability to be approved to actually be released. You know, so like it's, I don't know, but it's good. Brooks's ending was really sad though. That was really sad. And again, another part that I really enjoyed that they touched on. That, you know, you can be inside there for so long that your prison becomes your home. Your cage becomes your home because you grow used to it, you grow accustomed to it. And especially someone like Brooks who has been there for 50 years. Do you understand how fucking long 50 years is, man? Like, you get in there when you're 20 and you leave when you're 70? You have no real life experiences. You've missed out so much of life itself. The only thing you know is prison at that point, and that's the safest place for you. Because the second you go outside and try to live in the real world again, you will fail miserably because you have spent the majority of your life in prison. And like, it's so incredibly true for a lot of people that go there. Even people who are released now, there are times when they look back at prison and they have fond memories of certain people they met, certain things they did. It's not all, you know, complete shite because you're in there and it sucks, but you have to try and make the best of your given situation. And so a lot of them do end up making fond memories or even missing it at times. So it's a part that, like, I'm so happy they brought up with it, which is again why I say it's just so emotional and raw. You know what I mean? It's so authentic. There was nothing fake about this movie at all. Everything was so authentic in every single perspective that you could possibly look at this movie from. It was genuinely just so real, just fraught with human emotion, and it was phenomenal in that sense. Another thing I think this movie did phenomenally well was the music, man. My God, the soundtrack, the score was genuinely so good. I think it does such a good job of throwing you into the atmosphere that this movie has created, because when you're watching it, you're just so sucked in, you know what I mean? You're so interested in what's happening, and you really do feel like you're there with them inside this prison. You feel like you're along for the ride, and I think the music played a really big part of that. Whether it was suspenseful, sad, happy, whatever it might be, the music helped transport you into that atmosphere, into that frame of mind, and top-notch. 110% top-notch with the music in this movie. Super, super good. I think I was watching, it's from House. That's currently the show I'm binging right now, and it's phenomenal, by the way. But there was something about, you know, it's just when you finally accept the shitty things that happens to you or whatever, it's like you have to find reasons to go on. Like with Red, like with Andy, like with Brooks. It's like you reach your breaking point, and at your breaking point, there's two options. There's to find reasons to continue on going, or you give up. Brooks gave up because he couldn't find any reasons to continue on going because everything in his life was behind him. You know, he couldn't reach it anymore, whereas Andy and Red actually had reasons to continue on going. I'm sad Red never got to play that harmonica, though. You know what I mean? I'm sad about that. But in retrospect, it's kind of like Andy gave Red hope by giving him the harmonica. I feel like that's kind of what that represented. Especially at the end, because I mean, like, look where it ended up with Red and him together in Mexico on the Pacific. Like, I feel like Andy really gave Red hope, which is, like Red said, a dangerous thing to give a man in prison, but it ended up working out for the best, thankfully. And yeah, hope is a huge theme going on throughout this movie. And of course, when you're dealing with people in prison, I'm not surprised that hope is a gigantic theme that you deal with, because, you know, when you're in prison, hope is probably the most dangerous thing, because you can be there for 20 years and you ask them what kept them going, and sometimes it is hope. Hope that one day I could get out and live my life again. Or if someone was innocent, hoping one day someone would find out that they're innocent, because it does happen. And it's really sad when it does, when someone gets wrongfully convicted and spends years of their life in prison for something they didn't do is incredibly heartbreaking. And I like how, you know, symbolically speaking, him crawling through the tunnel of shit obviously is representative of how much shit he had to go throughout his life. But the reason it is symbolically representing that, and why it's so easy to understand that point, is because they made a very distinct meaning of how far he had to travel inside the shit. It was half a mile, 500 yards, which is a lot. He had to crawl through a lot of shit. A lot of shit. 500 yards worth. And 500 yards is a lot of physical shit to walk through. The same as 19 years of being in prison for something you didn't do. It's a long time of shit to deal with. Obviously 19 years, 500 yards, not the same thing. But if you had to walk through actual shit, 500 yards would probably feel like 19 years. I don't know, that's just me. Also, I think if there was a tagline for this movie, it's probably get busy living or get busy dying. Which is a really strong message to send to your audience, of stop living in this very monotone way of life where you're just flatlining the whole way. Go up, go down, live, do something. You know, don't just sit there and do the same thing every day if you're not enjoying what you do. Don't flatline the whole way. Go up, go down, have some peaks, live your life. Get busy living. If you're not busy living, you're busy dying. Just a very slow, painful, boring death. So, it's a good message to send to your audience. I also love when they were talking about him being a geologist. And you know, Red is like, you know, patience and time and pressure is all it is. You know, time and pressure is all it takes. And such a beautiful line in so many different ways. You can interpret it in whichever way you see fit. And you can use it and imply it in any way you see fit. Such a beautiful line of dialogue, such a good sentiment that can be used in so many different ways. And it makes sense, you know? Like, it doesn't matter how horrendous you have to go. He digged for 20 fucking years. That's a very mind-numbing and painful task, but use that as your metaphor for whatever you're going through, and it doesn't matter how dog shit it is, time and patience, you know, time, pressure, patience. Doesn't matter how much the pressure is, all it takes is a bit of time for you to get to the other side. You know, and it's just so many different beautiful meanings, nice messages, gorgeous lines of dialogue, so many different themes going on throughout that are so well said and well meant, and I find that beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And so many lines of dialogue in this were just so poetic, man. The dialogue in this was phenomenal. Genuinely phenomenal. The acting was also so good. It was genuinely an amazing movie, much more emotional than I thought it would be, but I'm very glad that it was. I thought that was fantastic. Let me know what you thought. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Hey guys, thank you all for watching that recent video, and I just want to give a special shout out to Oko Kanutilla. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm really sorry if I'm not, but just want to give a special shout out to you. You've been subscribed to my tier 1 on Patreon for a while now, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Love you guys.